Hi, I'm here with some knitting inspiration for you. This is a modern pattern but looks a bit vintage. I'll show you some more details and I shall pop the pattern details at the end of the video for you. So this jumper it's not actually a vintage pattern, but it looks very vintage. I think due to the yoke here, it's rather colourful and gives a nice effect. That's called fair isle knitting, where you're using more than one colour per row. And it sounds confusing, but it's not too bad to do. But if you basically are carrying the threads across the back that you're not using, and it gives a nice effect. Also all over the jumper is this sort of spotty affair, and again you can see inside here where that white yarn has been carried across. So I've knit a stitch, then carried it half, and then knit another stitch, and that way you've not got great big loops across the back. When I put this jumper on, I always hold my hand sort of closed like this, so to put it through the sleeve, I don't want to catch any of those threads and pull it. The pattern is for short sleeves, but I decided to do long sleeves on this one. So I had to do a bit of maths to work out how to do that. To change a pattern from short sleeved to long sleeved, I have done this a few times. I just wanted this jumper to have long sleeve. There's no other reason. But what I do, I always knit the front and the back first. And then I want to work out how much ribbing I need around my wrist. So I'll take a bit of the work that I've already worked and I'll wrap that around my wrist, and I'll think, oh, that feels about right for a cuff. Get my hand in and out, sort of mark where that is, and then I will count the stitches. So on the ribbing, you need to count the knit and the purl. So obviously on both sides, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I count how many stitches felt comfortable around my wrist. I'll add 2 stitches, one for each side for the seaming, for the sewing it up, and that's my cuff organised. And then I need to work out from the cuff to the armhole how often to do the increases, because from the armhole I will commence the pattern as per to go to the top. So I'll work out how long that's going to be and divide how many stitches from the start on the cuff to the armhole and grade that up accordingly so it's evenly spaced for the increases. Sometimes when you're doing long sleeve, the increases go to about here and then it'll say continue until you get to the right length. And I can see here where I've done a bit of an increase. So obviously finished there. But that's how I do lengthen the sleeve. The pattern on this jumper didn't have the fair isle on the cuff of the sleeve. I'll show you the pattern at the end. But I decided to add that to it. So all I did was work out the centre, and so it's evenly across the sleeve. The pattern I used for this jumper is the Fair Isle yoke sweater, and it's within Debbie Bliss Land Girl book. She's on the front cover with this jumper as well. And as you can see, I chose the colours completely different to what's on the pattern. It was simply because I was using what I had within my stash. I had a lot of this pale blue, this sort of sky blue, and I had bits of the other colours, and I had a play around to work out how I wanted them to be. And if I'm honest, I prefer the blue simply because beige isn't really a good colour on me, but I do like the beige and purple as well. So if you want to knit this, that's where you can find the pattern. I hope you've enjoyed this short video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to follow along for more knitting inspiration and top tips. Please also look at my channel. I've got a playlist on there with more knitting inspiration for you to have a look at.